Hi there, my name is Rich Sermonello. I'm a professional photographer and Amazon influencer, and I want to talk to you today about the NEEWER TP14B Basics tripod. So it goes up to 71 inches according to the instruction manual. You've got a center column, you've got 3 legs. The legs have 3 extension pieces here, and the center column also rises up in 2 sections. All right, so that's as tall as it gets. You can adjust the spread of the legs by using a little lever here, and there's 3 positions. I have it in the tallest position. You can also make it wide and then wider, and you can bring it pretty close to the ground if you need a lower center of gravity. You can also remove the center column and either flip it upside down or detach it, and this leg will come off, and you can attach the center column to this as a monopod. Just a few general observations on the tripod. All the components are plastic. It feels plastic. The legs are probably metal, but they're very, very thin. It's super lightweight, which is a benefit to hiking or traveling. But even the plate, the master plate itself at the top, feels like it's made out of plastic. The hardware is metal. It's got a ball head, which is pretty convenient to use, but overall, this is not the sturdiest tripod. As you can see, I'm able to, there's enough flex in the legs where even though they're already spread, I can kind of spread them out. It may or may not be the most stable tripod. It says in the instruction manual, do not exceed the maximum weight of the tripod. It does not say anywhere in the manual, however, what that maximum weight is. I had to look it up on the NEEWER website and also looked at the Amazon listing for it. And it said it is 13 pounds or 13.2 pounds, 6 kilograms. Okay, that's a decent amount of weight. I have a Canon 5D Mark III. This is an older DSLR. I've got a battery grip on it, and I've got an 85 millimeter 1.2 lens, which is a beefy lens. This whole setup is a total of between 5 and 6 pounds, so well within the weight, the maximum capacity. It has an Arca Swiss plate, and it comes with an elongated plate, which I just attached to the bottom of my camera. Now, I tighten it as much as I can by hand using the little flip out twist thingy, and I can still turn the plate on the base of the camera. So it's not super snug, which means if it turns here, it will turn in here. The the tripod came with 2 Allen keys, which I couldn't figure out what they were at first. Now I understand why. They're here to tighten the plate against the camera even further. But even after tightening it as much as I possibly can, I can still twist the plate a little bit. That's not super good. Once the camera is on the tripod, however, it does feel pretty secure. I'm not worried that the camera is going to fall off. The ball head is holding in the position that I tighten it. It holds pretty well, but you can see there's a bit of shake. So even if I tap the camera, it does wiggle around a bit. For that reason, I would not trust this as a main tripod for work with my DSLR or maybe even a professional mirrorless camera. What I would use this for most likely is holding an action camera or holding a cell phone camera, time lapses or behind the scenes video. I think that would be perfect for it. But even just pushing the shutter on the camera is enough to get the whole tripod to wiggle. So it's definitely not the most stable. Now, I did mention that the head is standard Arca, so I have a different Arca plate on this phone holder. The phone holder came with the tripod, but you only got 1 plate, and it was an elongated plate. This is another Arca plate that I had. It's just a square plate. It's definitely smaller than the platform here, but it holds up pretty well. So I would probably use it for behind the scenes video or maybe attach an action camera to one of these Arca plates and use it for that. How does it work as a monopod? You have to unscrew the hook at the bottom. The hook, of course, is for stabilization if you want to put a sandbag on it, but you have to unscrew that by hand, which is what I'm doing now. Remove the hook completely. Then there's a little rubber ring that also pops off. And then loosen the lower collar, and the center column will slip out. All right, this is also how you would put it, invert it if you wanted to invert it with your put your camera upside down, you'd invert it, and then you'd have to put back in the rubber collar and the sandbag hook to make sure that it doesn't fall through. And if you want to use it as a monopod, take this piece out, and then the one with the pad on it detaches. On the couch behind me here. Okay, now you've got a monopod, and you just screw this top column onto that. Now you have a monopod. This part here does not collapse, but you can collapse the 3 sections below. Not sure exactly how tall that is, but it doesn't go any shorter than that. And then, of course, you can extend the center column higher if you want. And then, of course, you can extend the legs. So fully extended, it gets pretty tall. It's not the most stable. I mean, again, with a lightweight camera, an action camera, or a cell phone camera, these latches are also plastic. They feel pretty, like they're inexpensive. They're definitely not super deluxe. Gonna put the rubber collar back on first, and then screw in the sandbag hook. Don't think I would use it as my main tripod. It certainly doesn't compete with my heavier duty tripods that I use with my DSLR cameras and grips. But as a backup tripod, something quick to hold something steady, or to use for a action camera or a cell phone camera, that's what I will most likely be using it for. It also comes with a bag, and in order to put it in the bag, you have to flip the legs, invert the legs basically. And then of course you have to loosen the center column. There we go. So you can slip it up like that, invert the legs, and then it fits snugly in this bag. You can put the phone holder in here as well. Zip it up. Folds down pretty compact. This is a really small bag for a tripod. It's a really small tripod. Good, lightweight tripod. Wouldn't use it as my main thing, but definitely for something smaller, something lighter, some behind the scenes, or cell phone. Hope this helps.
Hey everyone. Today I want to share my thoughts on the NEEWER LT07 travel tripod. Now, I've been through a lot of budget-friendly tripods over the years, and honestly, most of them cut corners somewhere, whether it's with stability or build quality or the overall feel. But this one, it's really surprised me. Right out of the box, the engineering stands out. It doesn't feel like your typical entry-level tripod. The joints, the locks, the leg extensions, they all click into place like they're supposed to. It has this solid professional feel that you just don't expect at this price point. Now, of course, I'm impressed by how compact and lightweight it is for travel, but at the same time, it doesn't feel flimsy. That balance between being portable and sturdy at the same time, it's not easy to do, but NEEWER managed to get it right. Another thing I noticed are some of the little design choices. For example, the way the legs extend and lock. You don't get that wobbly feeling. Even when it's fully extended, it feels secure. I've mounted a very heavy DSLR and a lot of glass on this, and I've had no issues whatsoever with stability. Of course, it's not going to compete with a $1,000 carbon fiber tripod, but for the money, this is in a different league when you compare it to other tripods in the same range. You can tell someone actually thought through the design instead of just slapping a logo on a generic frame. So if you're looking for a travel tripod that's lightweight, engineered well, and actually feels like it'll last, the NEEWER LT07 is definitely worth a look. For me, it's one of those rare cases where budget gear doesn't feel like a compromise. I like it.
It has this really cool thing where I can, here my arm's in the way, I can do this and I can turn it perpendicular to the ground. So if I'm shooting down, I can extend that out and get something, looking straight down. That of course goes back in and locks in. But the really helpful thing is, it comes with a plate that you can put your camera on. But what's really helpful is that it has a leveling bubble right here. So once you put your tripod up, this allows you to rotate the plate and get it level by putting the bubble inside the level. And so that makes your pictures level and stable. And when the legs, which are adjustable this way, you can extend them out. When you extend them out and raise everything up, it goes from a very short 17.5 inch to a very tall, I think it's about 72. It's over, I think it's at or over 6 feet. So listen, if you were traveling or wanted to go light or just wanted to buy one tripod that could do many things for video and photography, this would definitely be top on my list.
giving you a secure and customizable setup. Right below, another knob allows for a full 360-degree rotation, perfect for smooth panoramic shots. The center column extends up to 61 inches, offering great height for overhead or standing shots. And take a look at the 3 adjustable legs, each with quick-release locks that are super easy to open and secure. Plus, it comes with a built-in level indicator, so you always know when your camera is perfectly aligned. Whether you're a content creator, photographer, or just need a reliable tripod on the go, the LITETRIP LT07 is a compact, professional-grade choice.
So I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. This has been the best RSVP.